TV Guide calls NBC's new comedy Leap of Faith the post-Friends friend worth watching.
What an honor.
Yeah, that's good because Leap of Faith premieres this Thursday after Friends on NBC.
Sunday, before the closing ceremony, once a plane crash destroyed American figure skating. Then Peggy and Dorothy brought it back to life. A touching Dateline tonight.
Coming up next here on 22 News, a traffic accident in Springfield turns deadly.
Local hockey fans turn out to support their hometown hero. I'm Jeff Seeley. That story straight ahead.
Those stories and more, plus Adam Stremko with the forecast next here on 22 News.
Just like world-class athletes, Buddy needs to continually go through his paces to stay at the top of his game. And even though Gary Rome Hyundai is #1 in the nation for customer satisfaction, we don't rest on our laurels either. We're always working to improve our service to you, like our expanded award-winning service department. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Hyundais are a terrific value. Where you buy your car does make a difference. And at Gary Rome Hyundai, we're always working to be the very best.
There's nothing quite like a first love. That's why it's got to be a VW. A pre-owned VW from Dana. Priced to win your heart. Every certified pre-owned VW comes with a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty and 24-hour roadside assistance. If you get a flat tire or run out of gas, not to worry.
First love runs smooth at Dana VW.
Drivers wanted.
Live from the 22 News Broadcast Center, this is 22 News at 6.
A multi-vehicle accident in Springfield tragically claims one life. Good evening and welcome to 22 News. Her friends and family are today mourning the death of a Wilbraham woman who was killed last night at a dangerous Springfield intersection. As Cy Becker reports, the woman is the latest casualty of what is a common occurrence at the intersection of Roosevelt Avenue and Bay Street, and that is drag racing.
57-year-old Faith Foley and her husband William were in their Jeep Cherokee behind the tractor-trailer waiting for the light to change in the southbound lane of Roosevelt Avenue at the intersection with Bay Street. Without warning, they were suddenly rammed by a speeding car that was reportedly involved in a race with another car. The Foley's car was pinned between the racing car and the tractor-trailer. Faith Foley of 3105 Boston Road was pronounced dead at the scene. Husband William, the owner of a scuba diving company in Palmer, was lucky. He suffered only minor injuries. Residents who live close to the accident scene urged the city to do something about the speeding.
Throughout the night from like 10 o'clock till maybe 4 in the morning, it is used as a raceway. You hear a lot of racing up and down the street, and there are a lot of accidents that I've seen.
The cars fly by here 45 miles an hour. Sometimes you see them go through, close to 60.
Police are unsure just how fast 18-year-old Karen McIntosh of Springfield was traveling when his car rammed into the Foley's Jeep Cherokee, killing Mrs. Foley. But police investigators say the car was probably going very fast. McIntosh, who lives at 108 Woodlawn Street, faces numerous charges including racing and contributing to personal injury and death. The driver police say he was racing against also faces charges. The Hampden County District Attorney's Office has joined the investigation along with Springfield and state police. This is Cy Becker for 22 News.
And in other news tonight, a Springfield policeman driving an unmarked police car was lucky to escape some serious injury during a head-on collision with a drunken driver. Early this morning, 28-year-old patrolman Juan Estrada was struck head-on by a car heading the wrong way on Belmont Avenue. 27-year-old Claudia Arrojo of 30 Ruskin Street in Springfield was charged with operating under the influence. Estrada was shaken up but sent home after receiving emergency room treatment at Bay State Medical Center. Arrojo will be arraigned on those charges tomorrow morning in Springfield District Court. Since its start, 22 News has been providing you with live Olympic coverage from Salt Lake City, Utah. Today, the games come to an end later tonight, and on this day, a highly anticipated men's ice hockey game between the United States and Canada for the gold medal. One member of the U.S. team is Wilbraham's Billy Guerin. 22 News' Jeff Seeley standing by live in Wilbraham tonight with some of Guerin's closest friends with some reaction to the game. Jeff?
Thanks, Lynn. Well, the results are in. 2 late goals by Team Canada put a gold medal out of reach for the United States. 5-2 the final in favor of Canada. But right now we're at 30-something, a restaurant and bar in Wilbraham, Mass. Today loaded with hockey fans, but especially Billy Guerin hockey fans. Before the game's 3 o'clock start, 30-something started to fill up with hockey fans here to support their hometown hero. Now, this was Guerin's second attempt for Olympic gold. He was on the USA team back in 1998 in Nagano, which did not medal. Guerin is now a member of the Boston Bruins. He has had his share of career highlights, a Stanley Cup in 1995 with the New Jersey Devils, and an NHL All-Star Game MVP just last season. In these games, he scored 4 goals and took home a silver medal. Now, joining me now is a couple of Billy Guerin's childhood buddies who he played hockey with growing up, and actually in not too distant years. Yeah. Peter Siciliano, Steve Sanderson, and I'll ask you first. You don't get to talk to Billy quite as much as you used to, but when you do talk to him, how does he react to questions about his success since being a youth hockey player here in Wilbraham?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's the kind of guy who never forgot his roots. He's a great guy. He's a great hometown guy. You know, a lot of players who end up going to the NHL end up, losing a little focus with, who they grew up with and who they played with. And Billy's anything but that. He's just a great guy. And you can talk to him and he'll pretty much just say, listen, my friends from home are my friends for. They're really good friends and we'll always stick together. I mean, we go out there and see him up in Boston a couple times, and he actually mentioned that in the paper a couple times. It's kind of satisfactory, very satisfactory to have that done.
All right, very good. And Steve, now certainly a gold medal would have been better than a silver, but you got to be proud of your hometown buddy.
Well, I got to tell you what, I give him a lot of credit for what he's done. Like Peter had said, we give him a lot of credit. He's done well for himself, and his career is going well. And I hope he continues it. And he's a hometown hero, and we love him to death.
All right, very good. Well, there you have it. Peter, thank you. Steve, thank you.
Thank you.
We're here at 30-something in Wilbraham. We'll send it back to you. A silver medal for Billy Guerin, but definitely a great Olympic showing for him just the same. Live in Wilbraham,
Billy.
Jeff Seeley, 22 News.
Yeah, BG!
Thanks, Jeff. Well, great to have one of our Western Massachusetts people on that silver medal team. Well, there's another side to the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. It's an ugly side. Rowdy Olympic revelers got carried away early this morning. Riot police arrested some 20 people. The helmeted officers had to use foam-tipped bullets to try to scatter the crowd. Things really got out of hand when a downtown beer garden that had been set up for the Winter Games became overcrowded and they couldn't get in. Authorities say some people really became rambunctious and started throwing beer cans and bottles at police. Luckily, there were no serious injuries in that melee. These are difficult times for Western Massachusetts men and women who have been deployed around the world. And that's why a local church turned its Sunday evening service into a service of appreciation. Family and friends of military personnel showed their support. They prayed at Mass for the safe return of their loved ones during Mass at St. Cecilia Roman Catholic Church in Wilbraham.
And maybe they don't feel that we've recognized their sacrifice enough, or we're conscious enough of what is going on in their lives, and we want to make sure that their families know and that they know that we appreciate what they're doing for us.
Some 200 parishioners attended the Mass. Many of them submitted the names of family members who have either been assigned overseas or who have been called up for an assignment dealing with Homeland Security. Peace activists are on the march today in Western Massachusetts. They're spending a full month of their 700-mile walk that will take them from one end of the Bay State to the other. Members of the Peace Pagoda in Leverett came up with the idea for the Walk for a New Spring. Supporters joined them in Springfield to continue their march. They advocate taking a close look at the legacy left by September 11th.
Very fearful and not talking to their families and co-workers and communities. And we find that people are thirsty to speak and listen. We try to do a lot of listening.
The peace activists say they're at the midway point in their goal of reaching people in dozens of communities along their 700-mile route.
Good evening, everybody. Well, another great weekend. Lots of sunshine today and above normal temperatures once again getting up into the mid-40s. Let's take a look outside right now and show you what's going on. A beautiful evening out there. Clear skies. That's going to allow temperatures to drop off, but no problems if you're headed out and about this evening. Let's take a look right now at the satellite radar picture, and we do have mainly clear skies out there. Just a few clouds way up over northern New England, but pretty much we're going to stay in the clear if we go to the satellite radar picture starting at 5 a.m. this morning and up to about 5 o'clock this evening. You can see Mainly clear skies over all of New England. Temperatures for the most part are in the 40s, 45 degrees in Springfield as well as in Westfield. Good evening, Northampton. You're checking in at 44, 43 in Greenfield, and it's 44 right now over in Pittsfield. So still on the mild side. Around 9 o'clock, it'll be 30 degrees with mainly clear skies. 7 a.m. It will be a cool start tomorrow, right around 22 degrees, but we warm it right up, getting up to around 50 degrees. Looks like this mild weather will stick around for a little while, but coming up in the full 22 News Storm Team forecast, we'll talk about a cool down for the middle and end of the week.
All right, thanks, Adam. When we return, a look at the local maple sugaring season.
This portion of 22 News brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Why are more and more people test driving the Hyundai Elantra? Ask Michael Leto.
I drive 1,000 miles a week, and the gas mileage is outstanding.
And the new 2002 Elantra has so many standard features, including front and side airbags, air conditioning, stereo cassette, and power package. Plus the freedom of the Hyundai Advantage, America's best warranty plan. At just $13,294, it's easy to see why more people are driving home the new Hyundai Elantra. Hurry in for great deals during Hyundai's President's Day event.
Big Y's Education Express program helps schools all over New England. Because of you, here's what some of our schools have been able to receive so far. Thanks for your support, and remember, keep helping our schools by shopping at Big Y World Class Markets, where people come first.
Call this a love seat?
Because
I love it, and I can really stretch out my legs.
But I love to rock.
Or vice versa. Hug this.
New cars cost big bucks. If your car runs good, looks bad, get our Mako Supreme Plus deal. A great paint package at half price. Now only $249.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MAKO-USA.
For the latest local news, Springfield logs on to WWLP.com.
When a man arrives here at the emergency room with a heart attack, it's usually been brought on by physical exertion. When a woman has a heart attack, it's usually brought on by other factors.
Mine was in the back, which I never realized was possible. I always thought it was chest pains.
Monday at 5, 5:30, and 6, watch Women's Heart Health, the life-saving facts you need to know, plus an opportunity to phone in your heart health questions.
22 News, working for you. You're watching 22 News at 6 with Lynn Berry, Jamie Podworski, and meteorologist Adam Stremko.
The mild weather this winter has been treating western Massachusetts to a revised winter schedule. As 22 News' John DePasquale shows us, the early spring-like conditions have rolled back the clock in the harvesting of maple sugar sap.
Normally, this would be much too early in the season for Pomeroy Sugar House to tap into the trees that are rich in maple sugar sap, each tree yielding at least 1 quart of syrup by the end of the season.
This past week has been great. We've had the freezing nights and warm days, so we've had a good week. We're 50% above our average right now.
Pomeroy would appreciate some snow right now. He worries about too short a season if there isn't any snow cover during the month of March.
It helps keep the cooler nights and cooler days for us, a little snow cover, and holds the frost in the ground longer.
They are converting a lot of sap into maple syrup, which could translate into a very good season for Pomeroy and the other local maple sugar houses.
It takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
They are operating all cylinders right now, but they are hoping the promising start to a banner season doesn't burn itself out quickly, and that requires some type of snow cover within the next few weeks. I'm meteorologist John DePasquale for 22 News.
And some further proof of the crazy winter weather can be seen in many local gardens. Some shrubs are sprouting, and that's not a good sign. Lane Lipinski of Lipinski Farms and Gardens in West Springfield warns that a lot of people may have problems with the perennials this spring and summer because of this crazy weather.
If it's warm, the weather's gonna trick the plants into thinking it's early spring, and that happens. That's nature. That could be dangerous if we get some really drastic cold weather. People are at risk to lose them.
Snow could help protect the sprouting plants from cold weather, but as we've mentioned, this is crazy weather this winter, so while we're enjoying the absence of winter, plants and shrubs remain at the mercy of the weather. And speaking of weather, some more great weather today. Not bad for the end of February. Will the start of the workbook be just as nice? Meteorologist Adam Stremko's in the Weather Center with the latest for us. Adam?
Not bad at all, Lynn. It looks like the mild temperatures are going to stick around for the next couple of days, but winter is going to try to make a return as we head towards the middle and end of the week. All the details coming up in the full 22 News Storm Team forecast, but first, here's a look at today's almanac.
This May, NBC is celebrating its 75th anniversary with a series of special events, including the return of the cast of The Cosby Show, an all-new L.A. Law movie. Jay Leno celebrates 10 years on The Tonight Show. Kelsey Grammer hosts the best of Bob Hope. Classic NBC stars appear on your favorite NBC shows, and topped off with a live all-star anniversary event from New York. The 75th anniversary celebration this May on NBC.
I said be there.
First, there was black and white TV, and Bernie's was there. Then came color, and Bernie's was there. Now, welcome to the world of HD TV, and Bernie's is here. Come into any Bernie's store and see the wonder of high-definition television. Bernie's has it on display. Look at that. It looks just like a movie screen, with pictures at least twice as clear as you'll find on your best conventional televisions. Bernie's, your HD TV headquarters.
Stressless chairs and sofas from Eckerness, famous the world over for comfort. Their unique gliding system allows you to change positions simply by using your weight, automatically giving you the right support. Danish Inspirations offers you the largest selection of stressless chairs by Eckerness in New England. And for a limited time at Danish Inspirations, all Eckerness stressless sofas and chairs are 10% off. Danish Inspirations, Routes 5 and 10, West Hatfield, Massachusetts.
The weather is brought to you by BelizeAuto.com.
I think Belize is an excellent place because they're not expensive.
If you buy at Belize, you get better service, you get a good deal.
The best bottom line deals in America on hundreds of Ford cars and trucks at Belize Ford in Westfield and Wilbraham. 75 years of automotive experience. 75 years of trust in the Belize name. You'll do better at Belize Ford, doing business from your point of view.
I did better at Belize than I did at any other place before.
Well, another great weekend sunshine both yesterday and today, and temperatures lower 40s yesterday, mid 40s today. Here's some video that we shot earlier this afternoon or this evening of some of the beautiful weather we had this afternoon. Lots of blue sky. You couldn't even find a cloud in the sky, and it was a good, beautiful evening. If you had any plans to head out, no problems at all tonight, and you can see lots of clear sky out there as the sun set. A beautiful shot of the moon as well, almost a full moon. Towards the next couple of days, that moon will get full. I think the 27th is our full moon. Outside right now under clear skies, our temperature at 37 degrees, dew point at 18, so it is pretty dry out. A light south wind at 5, and the pressure's way up there, 30.25, and that's why we had lots of sunshine with high pressure firmly in control. 37 in Longmeadow, 38 in Westfield. Temperatures are starting to fall off. 36 in South Hadley. Good evening, Deerfield. You're checking in at 35, and we have 37 degrees over in Dalton. Satellite radar picture starting from 5 a.m. this morning up until 5 o'clock this evening does show mainly clear skies all along the eastern seaboard, all thanks to that high pressure storm system departing out to our east. That didn't bother us at all. Our next system we're watching here over the Great Lakes, that will start to impact our weather. Doesn't look like until about Tuesday, so another beautiful day tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow it's going to be even warmer. We have a warm front that will be passing off to our north. There's this cold front we'll be watching. That's going to mean some changes as we head into the middle of the week. But until then, high pressure moves off to the east, a southerly flow, more mild air. Temperatures tomorrow right around 50 degrees, and we have a chance of getting up into the mid-50s on Tuesday before it really starts to cool down on Wednesday. So for tonight, we'll be on the cool side, 18 to 24 again. Clear skies, radiational cooling. That's why those temperatures are going to start to fall off. Light winds. For tomorrow, another great day. Some high clouds building during the afternoon, but sunny and mild. 48 to 52 degrees with a south wind around 10 to 14 miles per hour. And remember, you can always get that forecast online 24 hours a day. Log on to WWLP.com. Here's your 5-day forecast. Tuesday, the last mild day, and it looks like the mildest day as well. 55 degrees, and then precipitation, rain comes in During the day on Tuesday into Tuesday night, temperatures drop on Wednesday, and that precipitation could end as a few snow showers Wednesday morning. Temperatures 38, but falling through the day, and then only in the lower to mid-30s as we head into the end of the week, Lynn. So it looks like the mild weather is going to stick around. It's going to get even nicer if you like the mild temperatures over the next few days. But if you like winter weather, wait till the end of the week.
All right, we have that roller coaster that we've had all winter.
That's what we've had all winter long.
You really don't know how to dress because
You
it
really
keeps changing. You have to have everything ready.
You have to have your spring and winter clothes always ready.
Quite a mix, but we haven't needed the boots too much.
Not really, not at all.
No, not at all. Thanks, Adam. Well, sports persons and craftspersons filling the Big E today. We'll take a look at some of the top finds at the annual craft show. What's hot this season?
$20,000 for a new car? Ouch. Hey, if your car runs good, looks bad, paint it. That's right, paint it and save at Maaco. Why? The Maaco Supreme Plus sale is on. Supreme Plus at half price. Now only $249. Get our prep package with a full coat of primer sealer, our famous Supreme paint service. Come on in now and get our integrated UV sunscreen for extra protection. All half price. For a limited time only, $249.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MACO-USA.
I got together everything I needed and painted it simple black and spent about $3 per drawer pull, and it looked like I had a brand new set of furniture.
Cash shortage stopping you from giving your home a facelift? Monday from 5 to 7 a.m. we'll show you how to redecorate on a shoestring budget. And if you're plagued by tennis elbow, we'll bring you some shocking relief.
Nothing shocking from Monday's weather, but you want to catch my 22 News Storm Team forecast for some upcoming changes.
Monday, 22 News is working for you.
It's a buyer's market, and this bedroom set is living proof. I've sold hundreds at $9.42. The factory says sell more. So for a limited time only, they're going to roll back the prices, and this bedroom set is only $7.99. If you're one of the customers that paid more, stop by any of my stores and receive a gift certificate for the difference. It's a recession buster at only $7.99. What already?
I know. Now it's perfect.
On the next crossing over.
Is the female the shooter?
It was an unthinkable tragedy.
It was my sister-in-law, Joanne, that had shot my brother and her 2 children and then turned the gun on herself.
Now, in a crossing over follow-up, a reading with John.
I don't have any ill feelings from them towards her.
Helps this family understand and begin to heal.
John gave me so much closure and so much peace.
On the next crossing over with John Edward.
Monday at 4 on 22 News.
Western Massachusetts is renowned for its craftspeople. Some of their latest work helped attract large crowds at the Big E today. As you can see, the Spring Craft Show had a definite Easter influence. Visitors didn't need much of an excuse to attend the weekend crafts extravaganza.
It's a beautiful day, something to do, and called my mother up, said, "You want to go?" And my sons and my husband were next door at the Sportsman Show. Came to look around, look for some spring things.
I'm hoping for early spring because everything's up, you know, the flowers and all that are coming up. My daffodils are popping through the ground and I have crocus blossoming, which is, and I saw robins this past weekend.
They designed the craft show to put people in the mood for spring, but because of our crazy weather, visitors to the show were apparently already in the spring fever mode. Well, what do you suppose happens when cemetery workers go on strike? Grieving residents in the Boston area community of Everett are fuming that burials and cremations have been postponed until further notice. Graveyard workers won't lift the shovels until they approve a new contract, they say. Anxious families say they have no idea how much longer burials and cremations there will remain on hold. When we return, Steve's got the highlights of the Olympic gold medal game taking place this afternoon.
Wake up to the Boston Bedding Simmons mattress sale. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight, but pay nothing for up to 1 year. Let the Boston Bedding sleep experts put you to sleep.
Carpet Warehouse in Westfield has the largest inventory in New England. 1,500 rolls in stock at 50% off, with hundreds of rolls arriving weekly. Hi, I'm Bob Wagner. I buy carpeting by the truckload at half price. I sell it by half price. When you come into the Carpet Warehouse, you can see the carpet, feel the carpet, save 50%, and I'll install it within 7 days. Buy carpeting from the roll, not the sample. Carpet Warehouse, Route 10, Westfield, Mass.
Big Y's Education Express program helps schools all over New England. Because of you, here's what some of our schools have been able to receive so far. Thanks for your support, and remember, keep helping our schools by shopping at Big Y World Class Markets, where people come first.
Our schools. What is life like in the classrooms and halls where our children spend much of their time? Do we really know all that they deal with on a daily basis? 22 News is working for you and your family, exploring everyday personal issues affecting your children. We'll look at programs designed to keep them safe from bullies, alcohol, the perils of dating, and peer pressure. Tune in Tuesday and Thursday mornings as we go inside our schools. An in-depth report. 22 News, working for you.
Everyone's crazy about Kelly.
You are the most adorable, charming thing to wake up to.
She's funny. She's bright.
Hello!
She's Kelly Ripa. To know her is to love her.
You're absolutely sensational.
On Live with Regis and Kelly.
Weekday mornings at 9 on 22 News.
Well, today is the final day of the 19th Winter Olympics, and there was a little hockey game going on today. A classic showdown for the gold medal featured the matchup everybody in the hockey world wanted, with the exception of the Russians, that is. The USA against Canada. Team USA went looking for its first gold medal since the 1980 Miracle on Ice. Canada, the home of hockey, was looking for its first gold in men's hockey in 50 years, and it was Canada prevailing 5-2. Now, NBC won't allow us to show highlights until tonight at 11, but here's Rich Teddemer, who was in the streets of Salt Lake during the game, with the latest. Rich?
Thanks, Steve, and welcome back to Salt Lake City. This is the Roots line. This place has been so wildly popular since the opening ceremonies, and people have been standing in long lines to get official Olympic gear ever since for 2 weeks now. How long have you guys been standing in line for?
3 hours.
3 hours. You're finally going to get in and get a beret? Berets, I hope? That's the big thing. Now, the USA lost to Canada in the gold medal game in hockey. 5-2 was a final. And I'll tell you all about that. I want you to see how long this line is, though. Follow me right now. Take a look at all the people, and I'll tell you what happened. The USA had the lead. Tony Amonte got the goal in the first period, made it 1-0, but then Canada came back. Paul Correa and Jerome Iginla with the goals. It was 2-1 Canada after one. USA tied it up on a Brian Rafalski goal, but then Canada took the lead for good. Joe Sakic made it 3-2 in the second. That's the way it was after two. Then in the third, it was Sakic and Iginla again. 5-2 was the final. So 2 goals for Iginla, 2 goals for Sakic, and Canada gets the win. 5-2 was the final. It's their first gold medal in 50 years. Canada takes the men's hockey gold, and here, finally, is the end of the line. Now, if I'm going to be live at 11 o'clock, I'm going to have to be on this line by then. Steve, I'll send it on back to you.
All right, thanks, Rich, and hopefully we'll have highlights for 11 o'clock. No, we will. Teddemer will have all the highlights for you coming up at 11 o'clock tonight. Canada versus USA. Canada wins 5-2 was the final. The Springfield Falcons wrap up a challenging stretch of 8 games in 10 days today as they are facing the Bridgeport Sound Tigers in southern Connecticut. It's been a disappointing stretch, though, for the Falcons as they have posted a 2-5 record so far, and they're trailing right now in this one down in Bridgeport 1-0. The Sound Tigers lead in the second period. Well, the Falcons lost at home last night at the nest of the Worcester Ice Cats. The Cats, Eric Boganicki, if we take a look at the highlights, an MVP candidate, had a big night with an assist here, and then a little bit later he had a goal on the breakaway to seal it as Worcester went on to win. 4-1 was the final. The Falcons need to get hot soon, or they'll be missing the playoffs this year. The Elms College women's basketball team had a chance today to tie a school record for wins in a season. The Blazers hosting Maine Maritime. Let's take a look at those highlights in the North Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship game. The game went right down to the wire. The crowd was ready. Less than a minute to go in the game. Elms in white down 2, 55-53, and had several chances to tie or take the lead, but the Blazers just couldn't get the breaks. Several offensive rebounds. Finally, Maine Maritime will come up with the ball here, and then it would hit the free throws down the stretch. The Mariners are coached by former Springfield College women's assistant Craig Dagan. Kate Lawler hits her foul shots, and Maine Maritime wins the title 59-53. However, a great season by Elms.
We just couldn't pull it out, and it's sad, but
we have time to
we have almost our whole team back next year, so we're going to go for it next year.
And they just never stopped playing. And unfortunately, a couple of rebounds didn't go our way. A couple of free throws didn't go our way. If so, we would have had the championship today.
All I could do is thank my teammates.
for everything, for the memories that we had this season. It's been the best season.
All right, so the big game, USA Hockey, will have highlights at 11.
And in the midst of all this Olympic action this week, the very sad news about Danny Perlin. Many people already know you were a good friend of Danny's, and it's been a very tough time for you.
Yeah, it really has. We said last night, too, it's kind of tough to do sports at a time like this, but I'm very thankful for the support that you and everyone at 22 and our viewers have given us, too. And if for some reason you feel like you'd like to make a contribution, here's the address, the Daniel Pearl Family Foundation, care of the Wall Street Journal.
All right, thanks, Steve. Well, the weather looking pretty good?
The weather's going to be great if you like mild temperatures. We're going to have temperatures getting up into the 50s tomorrow, and it'll be a cool start around 22 degrees at 7 a.m., but things cool down as we head towards the middle and end of the week. Temperature will fall into the 30s. Some rain coming in Tuesday, and it could be some heavy rain. Man, there's a little snow Wednesday. So if you like the mild temperatures, a couple more days, and it cools down. It gets more like winter towards the middle and end of the week.
Well, I like. All right, thanks, Adam. And that's our report for now. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again tonight after the Olympic closing ceremonies.